Hello, Gansei. Welcome to my live show. Hi, Ganzi. Nasılsın? So I'm just waiting for more people to come on live. And in the absence of that, okay, we can still start and everyone will get back to the video after it's been posted. All right, everyone. Welcome to my IG Live. Today is the 23rd of March, 2025. And the time is 9:04 Istanbul time. It's nice having you. It's nice seeing everyone. It's nice being live again after a whole week of illness. But yes, I'm happy. I'm glad I'm able to do this today. So today it's going to be 2-in-1. Today is going to be 2-in-1. Today we're going to be having live matchmaking alongside our regular conversation, our regular discussion. Today's topic is, what is your typical ideal? What does your ideal relationship look like? What's your typical kind of person? Usually many people say, this is my kind of person, that is my kind of person. I want a guy who is this, that. I want a lady who has this qualities, who has that qualities. Oftentimes people talk about that. You see some people really not actually going anything below their kind of person. And on the other hand, you see some people, when they meet other people, they're drawn to them, and then they tend to kind of like reshuffle their own definition of what their ideal person is, what their kind of person is. So we have this happen, quite often. So that's why we decided, okay, let's have this topic, let's have this conversation. What is your ideal kind of person? What does your ideal relationship, what does it look like? And for those that are married, are you married to your ideal relationship? Those that are still single, is it your ideal relationship or nothing less? Let's have that conversation today. Also, today we shall be taking a break from music. So today there shall be no music because of copyrights issues, which we've been having for some weeks now. The line has been cutting. IG has been warning me. YouTube has been warning me. So it's been an issue. So tonight we are going to try without music. Yes, I know we love our Afro beats, we love our African music, but tonight we're going to do without it. And let's do more of talking and see how it's going to go today, because I really don't want this program being cut off. I don't want the program to be cut off. And pardon my sniffing, it's because I just came out of a very strong illness, influenza. So pardon me, I'm still recovering, but I'm glad I'm able to have this live tonight. So if you're single and you're searching, you would like to join us on you like to join us live, you want to talk about yourself, you want to talk about what your ideal relationship looks like, send in your request and you can join us. Hola, Capita. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Today we are talking about what an ideal relationship look like. What does your ideal relationship look like? Thank you, Lasbury. Thank you for joining. We're just talking about relationships. What are the things you want in a relationship? What are your expectations? What are the criteria that your woman should have? What are the criteria that your man should have? That's what we are discussing today. Hey Becca, nice seeing you again. Hi Lasbura, you've been busy partying. It's good to have you live today. I guess it seems, is it the situation of the country that has made you to be at home today? Lasbura, are you at home or you're out? I don't think you'll be out. No one will risk being out by this time tonight. Okay, yeah. We're waiting for your responses. But let me define what a healthy relationship is. Yeah. Watching news from home, but I did go during daytime. And how was it outside? I haven't stepped out in some days. How is it outside? I've also followed the news. I see a lot of people on the street protesting. And I keep sending my love to those that I know that are out there. And I keep telling them to keep safe. So, do you want to tell us how is that going with you? Are you also protesting or you are keeping to yourself? It was like a festival. People need change. Okay. Well, people always ask for change all the time. My country is also an example, a typical example. People always request for change. But the question is, can we handle the change we want? Can we really handle the change we want? I remember during, in my country, before the last president, people cried for change. People wanted change so much. And then the last president came on, and then people started complaining. They complained so much. They wanted him out. Then the current administration also came on board, and people are crying now. Change is not something easy. People should also learn to understand that when you have change, you also need to give change some time to take its place, to take effect. It's not going to be easy at first. It's never going to be easy, even at first or in the next 8-10 years. It's never going to be easy. So people should also learn to embrace change when they get one. Change is really not easy. But when you are crying for change and you finally get it, are you ready also? Are you ready to bear the pain that comes with change? It has been 23 years. We can handle any change right now. Yes, I understand you. I understand you very well. So let's try not to discuss politics. You know how our country is. It's freedom of speech is not really free. Democracy is not really what it is. So let's leave politics out of our own program today and talk about relationship. Change must come with patience. Yes. When change comes, you must be patient. You must be tolerant. You must be ready to deal with it. So I understand what Lasbura is saying. However, this platform is not for us to talk about politics. What I'm just saying is that everyone should keep safe out there. All right, let's talk about relationships. Healthy relationship involves honesty, trust, respect, and open communication between partners, and they take effort and compromise from both people. There is no imbalance of power. Partners respect each other's independence, can make their own decisions without fear of retribution or retaliation, and share decisions. Oftentimes people say, I want this in my partner, I want that in my partner. Sometimes even these relationships are one-sided. What is your definition of an ideal relationship? What are your expectations of your partner? For those that are married, are your expectations met? For those that are single, are your expectations a do or die affair? Are you willing to tweak a little bit? For example, you are someone that always you like a tall girl that is smart, that is pretty, that has an hourglass shape. But then you met a lady that is not tall, but smart, has an hourglass shape, intelligent. Are you the kind of person that you stand on, if it is not tall, I'm not doing no? Are you that kind of a person? Or you can say, okay, it's just the height. After all, you yourself, you are not, what is it called? You are not a basketball player that is so tall. Yes, I know that these things can also be deal breakers. I remember many years ago, this tall guy in my church just came to me without saying anything. He was just assessing me. He was doing like this. He looked at me, and then he said, I wish you are tall. I wish you're tall. And then he walked away. It kept ringing in my head. What does it mean by how you wish I'm tall? How I wish I'm tall. And then I caught it. Oh, okay, it's time, because we started the youth fellowship together, and we were growing gradually together. We got into the singles fellowship also together. So I didn't know he's also been observing me. But then I wasn't tall enough to fit into his plan. At the end of the day, when he introduced his wife to the church, then I understood clearly what his assessment was, which was he wanted a dark lady, a dark, beautiful lady, hourglass shape, smart, intelligent, but very tall. So when he brought his wife, his now wife, to the church, I saw what he was looking for. Now, the question is, what the physical appearance you wanted in your spouse? You got it. Did you get the other qualities that were not seen? Okay, so let's read comments. So Lasbury says, I guess trust is so important, but unfortunately, we don't have it nowadays in any relationship. Why is that? Trust is a very important value. It's very important. Why don't we have it today? Why is it that we don't have trust anymore? I can give an example. I can answer the question. Why is it that trust is an issue? Which actually it's the simplest thing. Just, I want to be able to trust you. So why is it difficult? Why are we finding it difficult to even trust one another these days? Hello, Angel. Thanks for joining. Okay, I hope you find what you're looking for, Lasbury. I'm not going to read that out. Only those that come live will read. I'm not going to read that out. Yes, I've also, someone sent me a DM, for the private session. Someone contacted me describing his qualities, what he wants, the physical qualities he wants or wanted in a woman. He stated the location he wanted, the age he wanted, he stated everything that he wanted in a lady. And then, yes, what Lasbury stated right now, he also stated it. At the end of the day, I found someone that fit perfectly into the criteria he wanted. I found someone exactly that suits, that just the definition was, she was perfect. But one thing was missing. And that is, one thing was missing. I'm not going to mention it. So that thing that was missing. So when we started talking, and he said, it's fine, I would like to meet with her. He had gone on the social media, he had seen her, he likes her. I said, but hold on, she doesn't have one thing you wanted. And what he told me shocked me. He said, that didn't matter. He said, it didn't matter. But I sat down to ask myself, is it that it didn't really matter, or other qualities have overshadowed that particular one such that it wasn't compulsory anymore? So in the course of me matchmaking, I've also come to realize that people's ideals People idea of relationship can also change from person to person. Ideal partners value the other's interests separate from their own. They feel congenial toward and supportive of one another's overall goals in life. They are sensitive to others' wants, desires, and feelings and place them on an equal basis with their own. Talking about values. People usually want the partners, the opposite person's partner value to also align with their own value, and that is one thing that for me it's very, very important. Values need to align. Okay, so if you're single and you're searching, you want a connection, you want a partner, you can actually join us live to talk about yourself, to introduce yourself, put yourself out there. Okay. So we are waiting for more comments. We are waiting for more people to tell us what their ideal relationship is. Okay. Let me ask Lasbury. Lasbury, I don't know if you are still with us, but have you ever found all these qualities you want in a woman? Have you ever met someone with all those qualities? Because it's one thing to want several qualities in the opposite gender. Now, have you thought about the opposite gender wanting you also as an ideal partner? It goes both ways. Do you have what it takes to attract what you want? Or you just want all these beautiful things about your spouse without having anything to give in return? Life is give and take. Life is give and take. So we are here. I'm still waiting. We are waiting. If you want to come live, it's okay to join us live. If you want to send us a DM, you want a private section, that's also fine. So we are waiting for people to join us live. Like I said, we can't play music. So, hi Istanbul Design, thanks for joining. We've been waiting for you. Yes, we've been waiting for you. We need that feminine energy to contribute to today's topic. Today's topic is, what does your ideal relationship look like? What does your ideal relationship What does your ideal relationship look like? A conversation about the qualities that people are looking for in their ideal partner. What values and traits make someone the right match? What values and traits make someone the right match? And when you meet these people or this someone, do you also have what it takes to win them over? Hello, Crown. Thanks for joining. Do you also have what it takes to win them over? Okay? Yes, We are waiting for more contribution. Hello, Nadia. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. What does your ideal relationship? Maybe I should pin that on. I'm past the age where I stick to a set of ideals. Thank you very much. Istanbul Design says she's past the age where she sticks to set of ideals. Why is that? I mean, I understand you, but you can please just expatiate. Hello, Nadia. Thanks for joining. The topic is, what does your ideal relationship look like? A conversation about the qualities that people are looking for. The qualities that people are looking for in relationships. I understand Istanbul. You know, you get to it. But I don't want to speak for you, okay? So I still need you to expatiate on your statement. But for me, it gets to a certain point in life that you don't go asking for the tall, handsome dude. You look beyond the physical. You look beyond the physical. Istanbul says, as elders would say, keep living, you will find out. Okay? I think what Istanbul is correct me if I'm wrong. Are you trying to say that date someone and you get to, are you the type that believe in meeting someone and dating someone to get to know the qualities? Yes, because there can be people like that also that believe, which is also true, really, which is also true. You cannot just get to know someone just by looking. I mean, of course, for you to date anyone, you need to be physically attracted to that person. You know, you need to be attracted to that person to start. However, attraction will fade, beauty will fade, cuteness, handsome will fade away. What is going to keep the relationship together, what is going to keep you guys glued, will be the inner attributes, the inner qualities that are not seen at the first glance. The inner, yes, that are not seen at the first glance. Many people will say, oh, I want a lady with big boobs, hourglass shape, with big nyash, which is why there are so many BBLs these days. So many BBLs. Because with this generation, they are more of what they see. They are more of what they see. But the question is, what you see, the beauty you see, can it hold your family together? Perhaps those kind of men don't even care. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe the men that really go for the BBL girls, because I see, even right now I get confused. I don't know which is original, I don't know which is natural anymore. I'm so confused. And it's becoming a turn off, to be honest. It's becoming a turn off now. Istanbul says, superficial reasons are why so many people are still single. LOL. Let me clarify superficial ideals. Yes, please. Please go ahead. We need you to clarify that. Rakti, thanks for joining. If you're also single and searching, you want to use this opportunity to put yourself out there for anyone. You never can tell where love will find you. You never can tell where your partner will come from. You can also join us. You can actually send in a request, join me live, join us live right now to talk about yourself and, of course, what your ideal relationship, what you want from your partner. Okay, so you can also use that opportunity. Capital says BBL has become a turn off. I totally agree. While some of us, while BBL is a turn off for some of us, it's still a big deal for many people. However, check the generation of those people. Values are now different. Values are different. All they want is an hourglass shape that is not natural, because there are natural hourglass shapes. All they want is just, and I really do, except for the married BBL people, I'm still struggling to see or to meet someone who did BBL and met her spouse, with that BBL, and they are married today. I'm yet to see or to hear a success story. Yes, they get all the boyfriends. Yes, they get the attention. Even yes, they get the money, because maintaining BBL is not easy. Maintaining the shape is also expensive. You don't just have the surgery and stop there. No, it's a process. It's a renewal process. You keep renewing it. You keep doing this and that. You need to keep shape. There was a time my friends and I were having a conversation, and then we started this BBL thing. Hi, Don. Thanks for joining. And then we started this BBL conversation. And one of my friends said something and she said, who are the men? Who are those men going after BBL women? Who are those men? And she just hit the nail on the head. She hit the nail on the head. Capital says, I feel my ideal relationship has changed due to past and current relationship. What most important to me is our values. Values. And why is that? If you can share with us. What happened to your ideal relationship? Why the change? Why the turn? I believe Capital and Eastern Blue are actually on the same. They're always on the same page when it comes to our conversations. They're always on the same page. So, like Eastern Blue said, her ideals, she's not in that age anymore where she'll be stuck on a particular quality. I want this, I want that. That is, some of them are not even realistic. Or those that are realistic, you get some, you lose some. So you still need to blend, to just accept it that way. So what happened? Why is it that the values are more important to you now? Everyone wants a particular kind of woman. Everyone wants a particular kind of man. What changed? What happened? Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday to you all. Thank you, Dawn. Here's the thing. Some women invest in BBL thinking that it will retain the man. Okay? So they thought it's going to retain the man. Unfortunately, the question is it retaining them, or they chop what they want to chop and they take a walk, they bounce? Because like I said, except for like, there are some married women, they are already married, they are already settled. They just decide that, okay, I want to look better. I'm not feeling myself. And then they decide to do this, do that. Not because they needed to attract anyone, but they just want to feel good with themselves. Meanwhile, there are some single ladies that I can't say that it's about them really feeling themselves. Many of them is always about them attracting guys. So the question is, after you attract these men, do they stay? So the beauty attracts the men. Do you have what it takes upstairs to retain them? Do our values align? Because all the physical aspects will no longer even be attractive once you find out your core values don't even make sense. That's it, cause confusion. Okay, let me read that properly. Do our values align? Because all the physical aspects will no longer even be attractive once you find out your core values don't even make sense. That it causes confusion. Hi, Tope. Orewa Olowo. Thanks for joining. Hi, Tope. Tope, we are talking about ideal. What does our ideal relationship look like? Please, you're welcome to be part of this conversation. Hi. It's been years. Good to see you here. So we also need your contribution. What does your ideal relationship? What does it look like? Are you with your ideal man or ideal person? Are there things you discovered you thought your man have or had, and then you realize he doesn't have it? And then you have to, because now you're married, you cannot just walk out of the relationship. Then you have to just deal with it. You don't have to share your personal experience. You can just give us maybe other people's experiences. It doesn't have to be yours. Istanbul says, there are so many beautiful houses on the market, but that doesn't mean they will be purchased. Yes, right? There are many beautiful buildings out there. And they are also not purchased because they are too expensive. These houses are not affordable. The houses are not affordable. Thank you, Istanbul. Tokbe, right. Yes, Tokbe. Yeah. I mean, if you get your body done for over 10 million naira, for over $10,000, let's use dollars as our basis. You spend $10,000 just to panabit your body. I'm not against it too. Unfortunately, I cannot do it. I also have a body work I would have loved to do on myself. Okay? But for medical reasons, I cannot run it. Okay? So it's not that I'm running those people that do it. It's not that I'm running them down. As long as it makes you feel good, it's all well and good. However, there should be other qualities that will keep a man with you, that will make a man stay with you forever, for worse, for good, for bad. I'm referring, of course, I'm referring to women, of course. Of course, I agree with you. And that's what I'm saying. That even the beautiful houses, even the beautiful women. So yes, I understand what you're saying. That even many women are too expensive for men to maintain. Yeah, they are too beautiful. They are not that they are too beautiful, but a man that will really want to be with them, that will really want to take care of them, to be there for them. Are they willing to be with such men? Are they willing to be with such men? Okay. Capital says, I don't believe anything is not affordable. You are just not at the level yet. That's all. Thank you. Which is what I just said. There are some men that like these beautiful women. They like the shape, but they don't have what it takes financially to be the one that would date these women or even marry them. They don't have what it takes. Because if you have, except you are just self-sufficient, you don't need the man's money, you don't believe in 50-50, you believe in, you believe in 50-50, or it doesn't matter, you can actually be the breadwinner. Yes, there are women that are actually breadwinners. There are women, even though women don't come out to shout it, to talk about it, there are many breadwinners among women these days. They just don't talk about it. Everyone is keeping their shit to themselves. They don't need to come online to announce it. In many homes, even women that don't believe in 50-50, at the end of the day, it's actually 100 over 0. For certain reasons best known to each family or peculiar to each family. So yes, you cannot, it's just about not being able to afford it. Yes, but then we all want something good. Hi, Olukoni, thanks for joining us. Capital also says, I think also social media has made any physical enhancement looked at one way. Yes, I take that from you, which was also why I also said what I said, that also there are many women that just did it, for their own personal satisfaction. It doesn't mean they are doing it to attract the opposite gender. It doesn't mean they are doing it to attract anyone. They just want to feel good about how they look. They just want to feel good about themselves. But unfortunately, the way the social media portrays these things, yes. So that's why I said I am not judging anyone, and I will never judge anyone who decides to have a BBL. Like I also said, I also want to enhance a particular part of my body. I would have loved to be able to do that, but I can't for health reasons. So am I going to now judge those that can do it for health reasons or that can afford to do it? No. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you very much. I think one day we are going to actually have a conversation about this social media thing when it comes to relationship. If social media has done more good to relationships than more harm. We'll need to talk about that one time also. All right, if you're single and you're searching, please send us a request. Send us a request if you're single and searching. Let's welcome new faces first. Done. Let's welcome new faces first. Hi, Harris. Thanks for joining. So, Aries, the question is, what does your ideal relationship look like? What does your ideal relationship look like? You can share the qualities you want in your woman. You can share that with us. Is it physical or is it mental? You can share it with us. Well, we are still on our topic. We are welcoming invites from ladies that are single and willing to get a partner. Please, ladies willing to get a partner, please join us live. Let's put you out there. Seeing notifications. Single ladies that want to get partners, please send us messages, send us invites. Let's bring you on. And if you are too shy to come live, you can also, if you're too shy to come live, you can also send us a DM. I want to say something, that patience is also a virtue. Thanks, Eliaza. Thanks for joining. Patience is also a virtue. Okay? Yes, some of us might be lonely, but there are times we need to be patient and calm down for the right person to come along. We need to calm down. Otherwise, if you rush in, you can as well rush out. So patience is also is important. Don't be desperate. Don't out of desperation go for anything. Okay? Don't go for anything out of desperation. Calm down so that you can meet the best. Dawn, there is someone I would actually like you to have a private message with, a private chat with. But I couldn't run it because this week I was actually was a very terrible week for me. I was down with influenza. So we need to arrange when we should have the call during this week. So I want ladies to join us. All right, Istanbul Design says, what kind woman do you need and how important is the physical? Dawn, Istanbul Design is asking you a question. She says, what kind of woman do you need and how important is the physical? Istanbul Design, actually, Dawn was on the live show last week, and I think some couple of weeks ago, where he stated categorically the kind of woman, the kind of woman he wants. But if he's there, he can actually send a message to you for you to know. Istanbul. So for Don, the physical attraction, the physical aspect is really not important for him. He wants a responsible woman. He wants a wife material, someone he can trust, someone with values. That's what he wants. And then for him also, age is just a number. I need a good woman who can understand him. Yeah. Don is working on certain aspects of his own life also. So he needs someone that will be patient with him, that will trust his process, that will help him, help himself, basically. For Harris says, my ideal relationship is to seek someone who I can have deep conversations with. Someone I can have deep conversations, emotional safety, loyalty, and trust. Mutual growth together. That's Harris. Istanbul says, when did those ideals become important to him? To answer your question, Istanbul Design, they became important after his last relationship, I believe, before he came to Turkey. He was dating someone. Yes, if I can remember very well, he was dating someone, and I think the relationship did not end well. The person is according to him, a pretty woman. Yes, but I can't remember. Yeah, the person is pretty woman, but the person left. I can't remember other details. Yes, but he had a relationship just before he relocated to Istanbul. So, like we were saying, Istanbul Design, like we were talking about ideals changing. Initially, he was going for attractive girls. He was going for attractive women. But he realized that these attractive women, they always leave him. So right now, a woman being attractive is not a priority for him anymore. He just wants a good woman that wants a good home. So this is what we're talking about, ideas of relationship changing from time to time. Hi, Just Fab. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. So, to answer your question, is Istanbul, yes, that's it. It gets to a point that, in fact, what is beautiful to you will be beautiful to someone else. That's why they say that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Oftentimes I see some women and, the guy is going on and on talking about how beautiful, how attractive she is. And I'm just looking. Because for me, that is not my own definition of beauty. Istanbul's Design says, if men dated the women they actually aligned with, they would be dating women who aren't a 10 in the looks department. They would be more like 4 and 5. Thank you very much. Yes, I quite agree with you. Yeah, like you want 10 qualities in one person. But if you are really honest with yourself, 4 or 5 qualities will be enough. And looks might not be part of it. Hi, Ebro. Hi, Okpe. Okay. Should we do this live or we should take it private? So, Okpe, are you willing to come live? There's someone actually online. I don't know if you guys can be a match, but should we give it a shot? And they'd save a lot of wasted time and money, lol. Istanbul design. I understand and I agree with you. But at the end of the day, these men, they will cheat on those women. They will cheat on those women. Okay, we have Okpe, Lolami, and Dawn. Okpe Lolami, are you willing to come live? Okay, someone says he's in a confused relationship. Okay, we have 2 people willing. Jelenke, you want to come on live? Hi, jelenke.com. Jelenke.com wants to join us live. So which of your clients dated BBL girls and got their husband? Somebody design, leave me alone though. Okay, what's going on? Jelenke, we are trying to go live with you. Okay. Let's put Dawn online. Jelenke was trying to come live, but we missed her somehow. Okay. Because I found someone. Lola is on transit, so she cannot join us. Unfortunately, we would have actually brought you and Dawn together to see if there can be a match. However, we can do that behind the camera during the week. This time, though, I'm not supposed to expose my clients now. It's a breach of trust. It's a breach of trust. So let's not expose my clients. This my grace is really grey, you know. This my agree. Is giving grandma vibe. If men dated the women they actually aligned with, but you know the problem is Istanbul. Men don't get to date the kind of women they align with because they are still looking at the physical attraction, and then the physical attraction blocks them from seeing other qualities. It blocks them from seeing other qualities. Yeah. Adeolu Ogunsan. Hello, Adeolu Ogunsan. Thanks for joining. They breached their own pockets already. LOL. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, you are not a you can't afford to buy yourself even a G Wagon. You are dating somebody that drives a Lambo. And many men these days are now what they are even doing is they are giving fake promises. I'll buy you Lambo if I sleep with you. At the end of the day, they sleep with you and you still don't get the Lambo. So even babes are saying, "Well, to hell with your Lambo, I'm buying my own Lambo myself." But in my own opinion, it's still another person it's still another guy that is still buying that Lambo. It's still not their money. So any responsible man, any responsible woman willing to come live to meet their partner should send us invites. Send your invites. They breached their own pockets already. Yes. And then after marrying such women, you cannot even maintain them in the marriage because your pocket is not, it doesn't cover their bill or their bills. Anyways, like I always say, dating in our time is different from the current generation dating. So things are really changing. So as things are changing, are our values changing also? Are our ideal qualities are they also changing in our relationships? And every time you they follow me, now, do you always you go follow me, cancel your followership, come join again or what? Okay, while we are still discussing our topic, while we are still having our conversation, we want people that are bold to come live and talk about their ideal relationship. Talk about your ideal relationship. And maybe your ideal relationship is online right now, just waiting to be matched with you. Mm, 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 mm. When you meet someone, when you meet someone, another question, when you meet someone, how long does it take? How long does it take you to recognize the qualities that you want? That's how long does it take you to identify and recognize the qualities this person have for you to either continue the relationship or go back to the drawing board and tell yourself this is not what you want, and then probably break it off. Ideals. Someone who is responsible. So that's the question. How do you know someone who is responsible? Everybody wants someone who is responsible. Well, like a friend of mine said last week, she said being responsible does not make one a wife material, or does not make one a husband material. So I think even from what she said was when we decided that, okay, our own program will be any husband material online, any wife material available. If you're a wife material, if you believe you're a wife material and you're looking for your husband material, oh yeah, come on live. If you're a husband material and you believe and you want a wife material, you can also join us. You can also send in your requests. Let's do the matchmaking right now. Let's see if we're going to have a match. So yes, so responding to you, Istanbul design, ideals, someone who is responsible. But how do we know? How do we identify that someone is responsible? We can't also judge by looks. There are some men that are really gentle, really quiet, but they are dangerous. They are wicked. Same goes for the women. You see the woman looking gentle, looking all pretty, calm. Is when you are with them, you realize, oh, you married the devil herself. So what's our definition of responsibility? Being responsible. What's our definition? Of course. Of course. By dating them. LOL. Yes. Until you date before you know. Yes. If you don't date, you would not know. So probably it still boils down to so it boils down to why you said you don't have a set rule about the qualities you want in a man. Because not until you date these people, not until you marry them, even before marriage, you would have been seeing the signs, you would have seen the handwriting on the wall, but you ignore them. You ignore them. Actually, you ignore them for your own selfish reason. That's why you ignore all the red flags, and then when you get into it, you realize, oh my goodness, what did I get myself into? And then when it comes to marriage, it takes the two parties to make it work. In ordinary relationship, in ordinary boyfriend and girlfriend, yes, one party can like, okay, I'm done with you. You don't have, this is not what I want. And then you walk away. But in marriage, it's not that easy to walk away. In marriage, it's not so easy to walk away. You need to make efforts and try to make it work. You need to go for counseling. You need to see psychologists. Even you need to talk to families. You also need to talk to families. You need to see if it can really work. But then, like I always say, it takes two people. If one person says he or she is done, it means it's done. Unfortunately, it's done. But if that person is willing to make efforts and try to make it work, there could be light at the end of the tunnel. There could be. Hello, Miss Suits. Thanks for joining. We ignore so many signs and it makes so much harder for the relationship, especially when that relationship turn into marriage, especially when that relationship turn into marriage, and then you start regretting, you start feeling bad. If we should ask, if we should, if we should run a survey on a scale of 1 to 10, how many married couples still want to marry the same partner again or in another life? How many? The number will shock us, right? How many? How many? So, I heard a woman complaining one time about her spouse that what what was she thinking? She didn't know the man is like this. How could she have married him? And they've been together for 40 years. When she was just ranting, I was like, oh man, keep quiet, Jerry. So you've been with for over 40 years, is now you're ranting. Your own is till death do you part. Your own is till death do you part. Just carry your cross like that. That scale will be very low, I believe. You never can tell. Yeah, you never can tell. And if we should run that survey, if we should run that survey, there will be some spouses that will be surprised that their spouse or spouses won't choose them again. Yes. There'll be some husbands who believe that they are in a perfect relationship, only for their wives to be asked, would you like to marry this man again? And if the woman says no, the husband will be shocked that I thought we are happily ever after. Yeah, but especially the Gen X, the baby boomers, they're just living and tolerating one another, because if you leave, what's the assurance that the next person is going to be better than the one you are leaving or you're with? Is the millennials and the Gen Zs that don't believe in, no, I cannot manage it, or I cannot continue this suffer. I have to move on. So these things also can also be based on generations, our perspectives, different from the Gen X perspective is different from the millennials perspectives. The millennials is different perspective is also different from the Gen Zs, from the Gen Zs, or Gen Zs. So yeah, it's Gen Alpha that I'm really curious about. I'm really curious about Gen Alphas, what their own ideology would be like. I'm really curious. Unfortunately, yeah, that scale will be very, very low. Yeah, it will be low, especially if, especially if, especially if their identities are not revealed. If their identities are not revealed, then you will have honest survey. But if the identities will be revealed, the survey might not be as truthful as it should be. Because just don't forget that, yeah, some spouses might not also want to break the heart of their partner. So everyone is praying and smiling and living by it, living with whatever we have. Istanbul says when people are running out of time, their ideals seem to become more clear. When people are running out of time, their ideals seem to become more clear. I was actually thinking you were going to say the opposite, that when people are running out of time, they just they go for they don't even they forget their ideals and just go for anything or anyone available. That was what I thought you were going to say. Okay, Don, I cannot bring you live right now because the lady that I was going to bring live at the same time she's not available to join. She's not available to join. And you've been on the live like twice now, so people already know you. Um, yes. So, but if the lady is available to join, then we can actually go for it. So I'm still waiting for a lady that is willing to come live. Then we can try it. Okay, done. So that's the reason why I'm not bringing you live right now. We want to have a prospective person, candidate. Okay, we just don't want to bring you live and just talk, 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 talk. You should start having actions now. What time is it? Oh, we've passed our time. Oh my word. We're 18 minutes. We're 18 minutes past our time. Oh. Bring Don on. Let him chat. Don, Istanbul wants to meet you. Capital says talk and do. Capital, what do you mean by talk and do? Don, I think Istanbul wants to see you. So Don, if you're still available, you can, send your request again. Maybe Istanbul wants to access you. Don, please send your request again. So let's quickly have you come live so Istanbul can see you. Istanbul is a lady, but she's married. I know she's married, but maybe she will have someone she can actually introduce you to also. You know, when you're also searching, you shouldn't put your shouldn't put egg your egg in one basket. Capital, what do you mean by talk and do? Please expatiate. Expatiate to we've gone beyond 1 hour. Okay. No, we want to hear a man's perspective. See if he is ready for love. Oh, he's very ready for love. Istanbul, if that's what you mean. He's very ready for love. See if he's ready for love. Oh yes, he's ready for love. And I have quite number of men that have registered or that are registered for private sessions. Yes. When I meet them privately, I see all seriousness in them. I see all seriousness in them. However, some of them, their ideals too are out of this world. But but of course, their ideal relationship is available. Okay, it's just that such ideals takes time, to find, to meet, and then to matchmake. And many a time, their ideals don't want them too. The ideals also don't want them. So it goes both ways. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. And we've come to the end of today's program. If you want to join our private session, it's not free. Our private session is not free. We charge $200 for you to register for our private session, so it's not free. And yeah, $200, which can be paid in any currency depending on your location. So please, all those of you coming to my DM to negotiate, there is no room for negotiation. If you cannot afford the private session, you can please feel free to join us live and meet your match live. Okay? I have zero tolerance for those that come to my DM to say that to negotiate. I don't allow. I don't even pay attention. I'm not listening to anyone doing that, because if it's difficult for you to register with $200, how are you going to take care of a family? So no private messages on my fee. I'm not backing down on that. Capital says, I was just saying jokingly because you mentioned talk. That's why I stated talk and do. All right. Thank you, Capital. All right. So yes, we've come to the end of today's another edition. Today's episode is actually episode 12 of DateShip. I forgot to say that. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. See you again, same time next Sunday to discuss another topic and then to also have our live matchmaking. This week, there was no matchmaking because of the hiccups here and there, but hopefully we'll have more confident people join us live. Thank you once again. Bye, everyone, and have a great week. Istanbul says negotiate love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Istanbul. I was just saying jokingly because you mentioned. Okay. All right, guys. Bye.